Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time.
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Goods, XY, Big Z. We back in the building, man. Listen, today we talking about Akademiks. Akademiks showed up to a concert. He went outside. He stepped outside of his house. You know, took that shower and said, yo, I'm about to step outside, man. I'm about to put these dirty chains on and I'm stepping outside. Yeah, that boy was outside. But look, man, Akademiks stepped outside for a Weeknd concert. And listen, he was actually invited by the Weeknd. So we're going to talk about this and we're going to react to this video by my dog, the Ville, man. One time for the Ville. Y'all already know. Shout out to my dog, JB, man. The Ville, man. Make sure y'all go show some love. Make sure y'all subscribe and don't react to this. Shout out Ty for the Discord for sending this over to me. You already know, Ty. You already know. Let's go. We're going to get this thing going. We in here.
Things happening in the public on the internet lately that's been raising an eyebrow for me. Now, I think a lot of chess pieces are moving at this time, and I feel like I want to point out what I've been seeing that looks kind of off or looks kind of odd to me. Now, as you could take a look on the screen, you could see that this is Ak's Instagram account, and you could...
Boy, that boy outside, man. Bro, it seems like every time that boy step outside, you got to make that shit an event. It's like, see? I do be going outside. Fix ass nigga.
Notice that he's at a concert. Now, this concert specifically is the Weeknd and Cardi's concert, I believe, over there where he's at. MetLife, correct me if I'm wrong, but they had appeared at a concert last night and he had showed up. Now, this is what's funny to me. It's because he was invited here. He was invited by the Weeknd's team. Now, that just seems odd because over the course of time, he's been vocal for Drake, and Drake and the Weeknd have a beef. So it is very odd to see him at a Weeknd concert.
You know what? That's the funny part, man. Like, it's like, yo, you be on Drake shit so much, defending Drake, doing all this shit for Drake, and then you show up to a Weeknd concert. That show you, like, you do all this oppie shit for Drake. You go defend him and all this other shit. What is your motive, dog? And then you show up to a Weeknd concert. This ain't just you showing up to somebody that he got issues with. There was actually like things happening behind the scenes between these two camps, bro. And then you just show up to a concert willy-nilly because you was invited, because you had an opportunity to be a groupie and go outside. Shit, wow.
Let's not forget that Akademiks was also somebody that was on his live stream saying that Universal was messing with Drake by using the Weeknd. He said, you think Universal ain't got nothing to do with that? DJ Akademiks claims that the Weeknd performing at Grammys was a message to Drake. Akademiks was the same guy that was on live stream with both of these guys, Top 5 and Julian, who had a falling out. And then it turns out that this individual, Julian, was saying some crazy things about Cash XO.
All these pussies. Even Drake is scared to get a little Rico today. When I fucking get the Russian government to fucking call the U.S. Embassy and play him all these fucking voice notes that Top sent me about shooting up.
That a butter knife? I don't think that is crazy.
The fucking Weeknd's manager's house and hitting the security guard. I don't give a fuck.
Saying that he has voice notes from Top 5, Drake's homeboy, saying that he knows or has voice notes about the Weeknd's manager's house getting shot up. That's Cash XO. Surprisingly enough, Cash XO is actually in this video, in this Instagram story with Akademiks, which I found very surprising to see because Top 5 and Akademiks and Drake have this type of alliance together. Now he's at the Weeknd concert with Cash XO. Now I'm starting to think that Akademiks is politicking.
Hell yeah, 100% he politicking, bro. I don't want no issues, man. I don't want no problem. When he in that seat, in that basement, when that shit get the little crease from him sitting in there for like 20 days.
Yo, just please. I'm telling you,
And that shit starts sinking and he finally go outside. That's when he become humble at. That's when he on camera smiling and hugging niggas, man.
the biggest.
Oh!
He don't want no problem. He like, oh, the ops invited me out? Yes, I'll be there. I got no problem with nobody.
Type of way, or at least the Weeknd also, because he was the one that invited Akademiks to this in the first place. But my main question is, why would Akademiks go? You're involved with Top 5.
You know why Akademiks went. Akademiks went because Akademiks want to show them I don't got no problems with nobody.
You think Drake shows you love?
Drake showed me a lot of love.
This is what I'm saying, man. It's like talk tough, and then when it's time for you to go outside and see what's up, oh, I don't have no problem with nobody. I'm a civilian. Oh, no. I don't involve myself in none of that. But yet you in here inserting yourself in all of that. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I know he won't do any other shit that he be talking. Because as soon as he get outside, the energy change.
Who was saying all these crazy things about Cash XO that was dissing Cash XO and The Weeknd, and you're out here hanging with them.
Yeah, that's
I
wild.
thought that was your artist. Isn't Top 5 this guy's artist? They're at least some type of friends, because he was trolling last time saying that he signed them off for $25 million. All these guys before they started beefing amongst each other.
In the building, man, the Academy Records, I told you I was launching, man. Listen, I dropped a $25 million bag. I had to do it, man. The first signees to the Academy Records, the biggest demons out of Toronto. Yo, listen. Y'all artists,
Yo, they be had that act feeling himself, bro. I be thinking like, yo, he he in the trenches, bro. Apple, the demeanor change, bro, when he be with these dudes, bro. Crazy.
artists, y'all don't have a hit song. Y'all not dripping like this. It's gonna take a while. Let me tell you this. 5 mil. I signed him, put 5 mil in his pocket. 5 mil straight. Hey, this guy been rich. I just gave him 5 mil just cause. Okay? Yo, what? Yo, Bundog sliding right now. It's over. The Academy Records, man. Listen, when these guys drop, Big Ak is behind it, man.
It's just weird seeing Akademiks hang out with these guys that have so much animosity towards The Weeknd. Besides Pressa, you can see Pressa in here, who now has a beef with Top 5, which is very interesting because Akademiks does a live stream and talks about his event, talks about his time being at the Weeknd concert, talks about meeting Cash XO that we just saw on his Instagram story. But you could tell when he's talking, it's very calculated. You could tell the way that he's talking in the live stream. He's trying to say things without saying things in its entirety.
Feel me? Anyway, y'all went to the Weeknd concert yesterday, the Weeknd and Cardi. Amazing show. I love it. I had a great time. First people in there, yo, the Weeknd security's like 15 niggas, bro. These niggas look like they eat big as hell. All of a sudden, I see them doing a beeline.
Act tell stories like he finally went outside. Guys, I finally went outside. Let me tell y'all how everything went. Guys, I finally went to the grocery store. Man, do I have a story to tell y'all.
But I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. I don't give two fucks. I'm chilling. I'm looking for my regular ops. I don't see them. The dudes start coming over. I see my security step in between. And I'm like, okay. Then Weeknd security, like 3 of them get on my security. And then another nigga who looked like he's the main nigga, he's trying to talk to me.
Now he gets approached by the security guard, and for what it seems, it doesn't look like the security guards know that he was supposed to be there. This creates some type of tension that Akademiks is trying to downplay in this video, but don't be fooled. They were definitely going to press him about what was going on. Remember who he's been chilling with: Drake's goons, Drake's shooters, all of these individuals that have beef with Cash XO. But surprisingly enough, the Weeknd's crew, Cash XO and them, all invited Akademiks to go over.
I'm like, so I'm trying to hear what he's talking about, but the securities are doing the security thing, a little pushing, a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that. So I'm like, all right, what's good? So I'm trying to tell my security to chill a bit, but it's his job. He's on because they're trying to move him out of the way to get to me. So I'm trying to be like, nah, I'll have a conversation with anybody. Shut your
Yeah, you had that conversation. I have a conversation with anybody.
It's not like these niggas came over here swinging. So I'm trying to tell him chill, but like, he don't like how their energy is, whatever. So I'm like, yo, what's good? The dude says, why'd you post the Weeknd address online? I ain't gonna lie to you, I still didn't get what he meant. I think this morning I got what he meant because I Googled it, and I think that was a security company that was working for, not Weeknd, but the manager, or not the manager, I think it's Cash. Cash's house got shot up. Right? And so it was 2 things I think they pulled up, right?
You see, what's real interesting about him pointing out the fact that they had mentioned him leaking the address was that I don't think that it was Akademiks that leaked any address belonging to Cash XO. But the reason why tensions are so high was because an individual was shot, a security guard was shot. Now he's being faced by the Weeknd security.
This seems green shit. Like, this show you how so unaware and not street smart this nigga actually is, bro. Like, bro, it ain't no rocket science, dog. You've been championing for Drake since the beef started. For every single situation, you've been championing for Drake. These two can't have had issues. And not only you've been championing for Drake, but you've been hanging out with Top 5. You've been talking with Top 5, really close, talking that shit. You are embedded in that shit, bro. They look at you like you on the other side. And this green ass thing just goes over there, willy-nilly thinking everything's okay. Oh, I just got invited. You dumbass. Like, you're embedded in this shit no matter how you look at it, bro, because you are guilty by association until proven otherwise. I'll go on a limb and say that's probably why they invited your ass in the first place. They probably invited this nigga to see if he was gonna come. And if he didn't come, they was gonna be like, okay, we know. Probably give me more credit being deserved by saying you probably knew that you had to go. But if you didn't go and they continued on thinking that you leaked this address, yeah, bro, you was gonna get caught up in some bullshit. I'm just saying, man. Like, bro, this man green and shit like to go there thinking everything's cool. You out there hanging with Drake, top 5. Well, you're not hanging out with Drake, but you out here with top 5 and you defending Drake at every corner, knowing these two camps got beat. Insane to me, man. Insane to me, bro.
Cash XO security, all that. And since one of the security guards had gotten shot, they're questioning Akademiks and his involvement if he had leaked the address. Now, he claims that he has no idea what he's talking about. But remember, Akademiks is cool with top 5. And even though he's talking about an address that was leaked, another thing that was leaked very recently was Cash XO's phone number by none other than top 5 himself right here.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm leaking the number. This is Cash's number. Everybody call him.
I feel like they did ask about Cash XO's home, but at the same time, I also think that Akademiks had flipped it and said that they talked about leaking the address instead of saying leaking the number, considering this is the recent thing that happened.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the Ville, man. Shout out to the Ville, man. What time for the Ville? Catching this shit. Okay, I think, yeah, that's probably what they was talking about. Why they leaked the number, not the address. But I mean, the address can make sense too, but I get the number. Okay, all right. But you see the reason why they would insert you in that shit, because guess who was on FaceTime with this thing when all this happened? Academic. Like, bro, come on, man. Here you are. I'm at a Weeknd concert. Bro, that shit could have went bad for you, dog.
Because he's trying to avoid this actual tension behind the scenes. Remember, this recently happened. In this whole live stream, top 5 was going at Cash XO and a bunch of whole other people that he has beef with over there in Toronto. It ended up in him getting shot at afterwards, but he was taunting a lot of people on this live stream. And now they're asking Akademiks about the shootout.
All these pussies. Even Drake is scared to get a little Rico today. When I fucking get the Russian government to fucking call the U.S. embassy and play him all these fucking voice notes that Top sent me about shooting up the fucking Weeknd manager's house and hitting the security guard. I don't know.
A lie, bro. The butter knife is bothering the shit out of me, dog. I ain't even gonna front, man. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It just don't make no sense to me, and it shouldn't be bothering me, but the shit is bothering. It's just so fucking out there. It's a gold butter knife, dog.
Why?
Cash's house got shot up, right? And so it's two things I think they pulled up, right? Everybody looks at me like I'm in Drake's team. They look at me like I'm with Drake. like I've never met Drake.
You think?
But they act like I'm Drake's like
Wait,
guy.
hold on.
Everybody looks at me like I'm in Drake's team. They look at me like I'm with Drake. like I've never met Drake. But they act like I'm Drake's like guy.
You think Drake shows you love?
Drake showed me a lot of love.
Yeah, I know we already know, right? I know we already know, but to hear him say, I've never met Drake, to hear him say it is wild to me.
I don't care. Yo, no, because I showed too much love.
You are gay.
That's insane. I mean, do y'all understand? This man said, I've never met Drake. Till this day. There's no way you do all this glazing. Glaze you, net. And you still haven't met Drake, bro?
Oh my God.
Dog.
What?
What in the f is going on, man? You've never met Drake, bro. There's no way you love this man and do this much glazing and you still have not met this man.
Drake showed me a lot of love.
How does that, how does one, all right, man, that's my fault. I'm trying to understand it and there ain't no understanding that shit, bro. That's all.
A security guard, and I think it's from their team, that got shot at the Weeknd's house. So they're stepping to me like I'm the one who may have posted the address that set this in motion. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's a fact. Like, everybody knows that has nothing to do with me. I don't know what happened. I've heard what happened. I kind of know in and around what I think is the thing, but whatever. So I'm talking to the dude, you know, whatever. I'm like, nigga, bro, what are you talking about? And I said to him, I said, brother, who do you think invited me here? That was the moment. As soon as I said that, they were like, because we're in the Weeknd section. So the way how it works is MetLife Stadium. Cardi gets the riser. So for all Cardi's guests, so I wasn't Cardi's guest, I was the Weeknd's guest. So all my tickets are under the Weeknd. The Weeknd assistant gave me tickets. So I said to him, I'm like, nigga, how do y'all think I got here? I have the fucking thing that says the Weeknd's people.
Now, this is very important to make note of, only because Akademiks is saying that the security guards didn't expect him to be there. However, it was the Weeknd's team that invited him there in the first place. He says it wasn't Cardi that did it. It was the Weeknd that did it. He says that to diffuse any type of tension that was occurring between him and the security guard. But that only raised my suspicions even more.
You could tell this is like he there and nobody really fucking with him, bro. This is the kind of space you put yourself in, dog. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You put yourself in this box, bro, by overly glazing, bro. And like, bro, you haven't met this man, and this shit is crazy. I feel like I already knew this, but hearing you say it is a different thing right there, bro. Crazy.
I feel like despite the security guards not knowing about him being there, I think the important thing was to take note of the invitation. It would say a lot if he turned down that invitation from the Weeknd. Obviously, you're writing for Drake. You've already admitted that Drake is your favorite artist and all of these other things. Not only that, you've been seen with Top 5. Top 5 is Drake's shooter. You've been really friendly with Top 5. Top 5 has been disrespecting Cash XO, even showing his number on live stream. If they invited you and you said no, it would have looked like you pledged your allegiance to the other side, to Drake's side. At that point, it would have looked bad because
that boy looked like a groupie, bro. That boy look like a groupie on a yacht. Girl, we can't invite me here, girl. We can't invite me, girl. What the fuck?
despite the tension between these two individuals that he's in the middle of, still chose to go to the concert because he wanted to let them know publicly that he has no smoke with the Weeknd and his crew and everybody else involved. This is Akademiks playing politics right now. Let me show up to this event so they know that I'm not with the foolery, so they know that I'm not with Top 5, that I'm not actually—
Shout out to the Ville. He see it too. Ville see it too.
His manager, that I didn't really sign him for 25 million, and I don't co-sign the things that he says on his kick stream. Either way, I think Akademiks accepting the invite was a way to preserve his brand, and that he's trying to separate himself subtly between these two artists beefing with each other.
See, yep, I could see that, man. That's definitely what's going on. Like, I don't even know if that's a I think thing. I think that's definitely what's going on, bro. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like, yo, he trying to separate himself and act like he ain't got no real affiliation. But Ak is slithery in that sense. Ak is gonna align himself wherever it works for him, bro. Like, as much as we see Ak jump on one side and defend one side, if that side not working for him no longer, he gonna fucking jump ship, man. Y'all already know how this shit work, man. Ain't no loyalty out here, man. These niggas all jump ship when it's necessary, bro. Come on.
Top 5's violent presence combined with legal troubles and criminal allegations may be becoming a liability for Akademiks, especially if he wants to maintain a level of professionalism. In this light, showing up at the Weeknd's event might serve as a subtle message of independence. I'm not tied to the streets. I'm tied to the story, I guess is what he's trying to spin by showing up here.
Because number one, I really think, I'm not trying to snitch, but who they think is responsible for that, they link me up with those people, which is not true.
You think? This thing can't be this oblivious, dog.
Like, I'm not with anybody that would get y'all niggas shot at. You get what I'm saying? But the security team took—
I don't know, man, because after what I've seen with the Julian clip and then the Weeknd's clip from Kick, seems like it's the very opposite. Remember, this is the same clip that we're talking about.
You know, all these pussies. Even Drake is scared to get a little Rico today. When I fucking get the Russian governor to fucking call the U.S. embassy and play him all these fucking voice notes that Top sent me about shooting up the fucking Weeknd's manager's house.
All these voice notes that Top 5 sent me about shooting up the Weeknd manager's house, Cash XO. And we can't forget this clip here also.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm leaking the number. This is Cash's number. Everybody call him.
They link me up with those people, which is not true. Like, I'm not with anybody that would get y'all niggas shot at. You get what I'm saying? But the security team took it personal, especially when I showed up, because it's one of them that got shot.
But if you're going to be hanging out with Top 5, there's no doubt that the security guards would question you because they see you with people that they're beefing with.
Now, that's why I said Akademiks is so green. He's so, like, this man don't even got no street smart common sense to understand that, bro. And here you are just showing up to the show. I'm here. Like a bad bitch. Let me take my selfie at the concert. Yes, girl. The fuck?
So after I tell him, I'm like, nigga, you know who invited me here, right? It just de-escalated immediately. Yo, it's the biggest niggas on earth. Trying to dap him up. They just looked at me and just like walked off. And I'm like, that beef is—
Yeah, because they don't fuck with you. And this is why you see Ak over there taking selfies and pictures and shit, and he by himself, because they not fucking with you. The invite was not because they fuck with you. The invite was to see what type of timing you want. That's what the invite was for, you dumbass.
You stupid.
Golly, man. We got to keep telling you this shit. Sheesh.
It's real. Whatever beef that got that house shot up, ain't got nothing to do with me. That shit is deep. Number one, Cash came over, who is the owner of XO, and me and him chopped it up. It was very clear, and I could tell, honestly, from the whole XO team, like, that wasn't some shit XO was trying to do. By the way, I do business with them. We're good. You know what I mean? I get people to say I'm like Drake's homie, cool, which I am.
You deem that nigga for tickets to a concert.
He 21 Savage tried to get you
He
a
didn't.
act.
He
This
didn't,
shit
he
like
didn't
that.
see
That
it. He didn't see it. He didn't see it.
Drake's homie. You never met him, nigga. What the fuck? You never met him.
Oh my
How
god.
you homies with somebody you never met, dog?
I get people love to say I'm like Drake's homie, cool, which I am, but not a street nigga for Drake. Drake should have his own street niggas, right? So yeah, me and Cash we talked.
I'm not a street nigga for Drake. Drake should have his own street niggas. Okay.
Oh, it's some of these things that we don't think about are real events. Like, homie's house did get shot up. The person who got shot was the security guard. They use the same security guard that even goes with them on tour. So when they go on tour, they've probably been wondering, where did it come from? And obviously, in their minds, they're now like, okay, they probably put blame on a few people. I think they were just asking me the question, like, bro, why'd you post his address? The thing is, I never posted the Weeknd's address directly. And if I did, it was because another nigga they were beefing would probably posted it.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This is the shit I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. And this is why this shit is a problem. Every time it's some shit, he always in the fucking middle of the shit, bro. I didn't post it directly, but you reposted or talked about some shit of somebody else posting it, bro. You always in the middle of some shit, and then when some shit go down and you about to get pressed for it, you want to act oblivious like you don't know what's going on. This is what I'm talking about. It's always in the middle with some shit, dog, and always slither his way out of that bullshit. Like, this is insane, y'all.
It was probably somebody else that they were beefing with that probably had posted it. Why don't you just say his name, bro? Why don't you just say it was Top 5 that was leaking information? He keeps saying address, but I feel like he's trying to say phone number, just to be honest with you. My opinion, we'll keep it alleged, but he accepts the invite to show people that that's not how he's rocking moving forward. I wouldn't doubt that Akademiks is not going to be disrespectful about Cash XO or The Weeknd or talk to him in a passive-aggressive way anytime soon.
Nope.
Feel like they really did line up Akademiks, but I think he's committed to it because he really just wants to let them know, hey, man, I don't want any problems with you guys. And it's just funny to point out, one of Drake's biggest ops, The Weeknd, over there in Toronto, gave Akademiks tickets for his show before he did. Crazy how he's never gotten tickets from Drake.
21 Savage tried to get you a act. This shit like that.
He didn't see it. He didn't see it.
That is funny, yo. That is wild. But also a very important point. You know, when you look at this and you see Akademiks going to this shows you that Akademiks is trying to pretend like, and I'm gonna say pretend because the way he go hard for Drake, like, you should understand that you can't just be out here with the ops just hanging out thinking everything's cool. But he's trying to talk shit like somebody who would do some street shit, and then you want to act like a civilian when you outside. That's not how the game works, bro. That's not how the game works. He real humble outside, but then in that seat, he talking a lot. And he really trying to pivot and act like he's neutral in all these situations. If you really look at his content and what he's been talking about lately, he tries to act as if he has a neutral stance to everything, but he always ends up exposing himself when he gets on his drunk rant. This is the same guy, and I'm not surprised, even though, you know, this is a very green thing to do, be out here and just go out there and, I'm at a show, la la la, when you could have got your head cracked on some real shit. Even though he went to this show, I'm not surprised, because this is the same guy, after talking all that shit, mentioned a few times on his stream, he wondered if Dave Free would get him some tickets to a Kendrick show. Like, you're just like a groupie out here just waiting for people to give you tickets just to see if people fuck with you, dog. And I don't doubt it. I feel like if he did invite him, he would go to the show, because Ak will only go places where he feels like he's protected. This is why you see Ak talking about, I'm gonna come to Toronto, because he feels protected there. He will go to this Weeknd concert because he feels like he will be protected. He would go to a Dave Free invitation because he feels like he would be protected. That's all it is. It's almost like he wants to get the cosign. So like Vil said, he's definitely playing politics. That's what he's doing. He politics.
I think this was just to protect him, to protect himself, his brand, make sure that he doesn't get involved in any of the bloody mess. If there is any bloody mess, we'll keep it alleged.
That security guard is probably a security guard that's connected to other people that work for Drake or do stuff for Drake. And then you probably get to realize that, my nigga, they are very well aware and probably trying to figure out what happened, where did it come from, And yeah, that incident just proved to me, Weeknd's team or EXO's team really not fucking with them OVO niggas. I ain't say OVO did nothing, but that's what it meant to me. I was just like, they really not fucking with them OVO niggas. That's what I think they had no problem with, but I could tell, like, they're on their shit. And then that's when I only brought it up because the top 5 thing, because I spoke to Pressa. I seen Pressa at the concert. Pressa said he thinks 5 is upset at him but Pressa and them start hanging with the XO guys, and I guess Drake and the XO guys don't get along. So Pressa thinks that Top 5 is trying to be loyal to Drake by beefing with him because he's hanging with XO, and Pressa's like, I hang out with whoever I want. Like, I could like Drake and still like The Weeknd. And me being at that concert, I was like, oh, there's some op beef going on in here. Okay, I get it.
Now, this is Pressa. This is Top 5. All these guys were cool, bro. YG, Bundog, all of these guys were cool at one point in time. Now they all started beefing. Eventually, they all started having issues with each other. Now he's saying Top 5 doesn't like Pressa because he'd be chilling with The Weeknd. But funny enough, Pressa dropped a diss track, against Top 5. He dropped a diss track against Top 5 amongst all of this that is happening. And he's calling him a rat. He's saying that he's paying the blogs to lie for him, about getting arrested, all these things, right? People are saying that he's an informant, allegedly. But these are the rumors that are going around. And Pressa was even saying that it was weird for him to do this to him, beef with him over these reasons, when Top 5 is hanging out with Kanye West, who was saying the craziest stuff about Drake. And they were saying that he had turned on him for hanging out with Kanye West. But if they were cool like this at one moment, and now they're beefing with each other heavily, I feel like this is more of an internal issue. And everybody that was cool like this in this picture is now beefing with each other. And Drake's camp and the people that he's cool with are separating themselves, beefing with each other, and scrambling, bro. It looks like Drake's whole team that he had. DJ Akademiks' decision to attend the Weeknd's concert may have not just been about the music. It was likely a calculated move, signaling that while he may be close to OVO, he is not owned by it. He's a free agent in a way when it comes to the narratives that he pushes, and his presence was a statement in itself.
That man a free glazer. I glaze who I want. Let me glaze in peace. Glaze you, net. My gosh, man.
Akademiks may be asserting his independence not by choosing sides, but by reminding everyone that he is a side and he only stands for himself. But we'll see if Top 5.
Bill, you call that man a side piece? I don't want to be the main nowhere. I'm the side everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yo, man, listen, crazy. Shout out to the Ville, man. One time for the Ville, man. Listen, I've been saying this forever, man. Akademiks is not loyal to nobody, man. At the end of the day, he's gonna go whatever side works for him. But the one person that will always stay consistent, he will always show love to and always be there for is Drake, because it's his dream to be next to Drake. He hasn't even met this man yet, but he glazed with the highest proportion, yo. He goes to work glazing every fucking day with a smile on his face, man. That's just how it go. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Shout out to JV, man, one time. You already know, man. Listen, let me know how you feel about all this. Let me know how you feel about this whole situation. Till next time, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Good. BigZoeTV. Let's go, y'all.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.